guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming, where I'm clearly phasing in and out of existence. We are here to play some space games that Dot's just making up at this point in time. So let's you know.
Isn't that what we do, Mike? Is make up stories?
I mean, sometimes we follow
it's some
along.
revelation. Dot's finally doing it, everybody.
Come on, Das, what's
finally telling a fucking story.
To be fair, you've said I'm using a module, but now you're officially freeballing it. There's nothing here. There's no module to follow.
I've set myself free in the Coriolis world. Good luck.
Or we set you free.
Soul set you free.
Okay, we need to stop pointing fingers at
We're on team
I'm literally
blame Soul.
accepting the blame, but they're just like...
That's the thing is, I actually think it was, everybody had their reason. You know what? We'll get to this. I'm going to put this in the recap. Everybody had reasons for coming here. You first, Mike.
Did you say something, Tamir? It sounds like you said it was Saul's fault. That being said, if you guys want to make sure that it's Saul's fault, go down to our Patreon and subscribe to that. If you want to talk about how much this whole problem is all of Saul's fault, please go join us in the Discord.
What the fuck is happening today?
And discuss what exactly you think Saul did wrong. And
can you stop using me as a marketing ploy, damn it?
This is not what I signed up for.
In the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the soul bars. No, that's not true. It is the corruption bar that serves two purposes. One is when that fills, Dot gets to do whatever she wants to sell. And more importantly, all the money that goes into that goes back to these wonderful, amazing, beautiful players here, including Paul. That being said, I will turn things over to Dot to ensure that this is all of our faults. Wow, what's happening with my mouth?
Mike, you can't ask other people questions about your mouth.
Yes, I can. Speaking of which, Dot,
here in the
bring us
void.
into space.
What an intro.
Wowzer. Clearly we're on point today. For all of you at home, I'm a smidge under the weather. So I may be a little slower than usual, but that just means I'm going to give more of the reins over today to these four humans who clearly have a good handle on choices. So last week, the crew finally made a decision to leave the space station, the Hammurabi space station. Not before, of course, they still had to handle a little bit of business. They were let off the hook for losing the drugs to some degree. There was a very disappointed colonial agent, but she dealt with it. She escorted them to speak to the portal master, who had requested their ear as he was able to write a new algorithm, one that he believed would help them pass through this third opening that was standing somewhere between the portal of this system and the Taoan system, the next system over. The good news is, already? Okay. Thank you for everybody watching at home.
Thanks, Snow Dogs.
Thank you. Snow Dogs for showing up and adding your great. It never fails.
Thanks.
Fucked up, dude.
You never fail to put a smile on my face, Snow Dog.
I love Snow.
So this left the crew with a bit of a tough decision. Do they go back to Coriolis, knowing that there is a single emissary that has been lost, that they have some information on what's going on in the Taoan system to complete their original mission, though not enough? Or do they brave the jump to Taoan, which potentially could end up really bad for them, considering the fact that the last two vessels that went through both, there was deep repercussions. Our crew decided that the best option was to go to Taoan.
I don't like that you said best option and laughed at us.
I mean...
You know what, Mike? Sometimes I don't care what you like.
Okay, fuck me, I guess.
Holy shit.
It made me so happy to say it out loud. No, I say that because the good news is they had enough things on their side. New algorithms, prayers written on the side of the ship, and a kick-ass pilot who rolled a critical success in getting them there. But their curiosity could not let itself lie with the rest of the crew as they went into cryostasis. Instead, they decided to set up two cameras, one on the ship and one from the droid, the I don't know, that's like a tracking droid or
Yeah, tactical recon droid.
Tactical
named Gizmo,
recon
thank
droid.
you.
Yeah, Gizmo. Great. The tactical recon Gizmo was also left awake as they passed through the spaces between.
Don't forget the other thing we left.
Right.
Why? Why, Eris? Why are you reminding her?
Wait, what else did we
Because
leave?
it's important.
I remember you gained some things. What did we leave behind?
Well, we didn't leave
We didn't
anything.
leave anything.
Okay, well, that's
left
good.
his comlink live.
Oh, yeah, you left the comlink live to listen in while you slept. And
Freaky.
both of you found yourself strangely awakened, at least your mind and your not your physical form, but your mind during the travel. And it seems that in secret, both Tal and Tamir have developed some kind of new capabilities. We'll leave it at that because I don't think it's clear yet what all of those are for everybody. You made the jump successfully, but only to be attacked by a horde of creatures that are known to consume vessels. They started munching away on the whole of your ship as soon as you made it to the Taoan system. But you, poor baby. But you were able to recognize that the large freighter vessel that was mentioned very early on, that was supposed to be escorting the Ghazali ship that was lost to the sun, was in fact the other half was here, floating in space alongside a bunch of debris. There seems to be no ship activity, and in a very smart call by Malik, he let Tal know that these creatures munching their hull could burn up in the atmosphere of the nearest planet, which just happens to be the same planet where the mining colony is supposed to exist. And I call it a planet because it says gas giant and planet. It's kind of a mixture of both, and we'll get there. But as you land on a rather large mining vessel. There is dense redness all around you. It's very difficult to see anything, but it's very clear that this docking station and landing station attached to a larger building, we'll call it for now, there are dead bodies everywhere. But what's interesting is all the dead bodies are they're clean to the bone. You can see it from the ship window as the four of you stand there, basically staring out each of these portholes onto what's around you and where you've landed. Red lights are going off inside of the ship, of course. The hull was almost breached. You had like 1 point left before they breached the hull and started master catastrophe.
Yeah, so first line of business is to start checking systems. I'm going to immediately start looking for things to fix. Tamir, can you see if there's anything you can do as well? We should probably also locate all the exosuits. I think I moved them the last time I reorganized storage, because we didn't really need them then, but we have more people now.
Yeah, that's true. You probably would have put the suits back. Tamir, you might even have yours on. Did you wear yours?
Not for jumping.
Okay. Oh, you would have taken it off. Okay.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah,
you're a tad quiet tonight, Gnome. I'm just noticing. Maybe it's because I'm sick.
No, he does. He just.
It will say, okay. For me, I thought it was maybe because my ears are all stopped up. Okay, yeah, suits will be necessary. As you run a diagnostics, who's running the diagnostics on the ship? Because that would be one roll versus more rolls. Well, I guess really a diagnostics test will tell you pretty quick out. I mean, the ship's not fighting you, so it will tell you what you need to know, Tamir. As you run a quick diagnostics, you can tell that there is a hull breach, that the exterior hull was breached, and there were pieces that were eaten away. The interior hull of the ship is still intact, which is what's holding you together. But if you were to try to take flight again, you would need to fix that exterior hull. You would know that both for like drag and the aerodynamics and safety of burning up and potentially something falling off and lighting this whole vessel on fire during takeoff. Like
a planet, like an atmosphere analysis to see if it's sustainable for us? Is it
Sure.
hazardous? Do we need the exosuits? All that stuff.
Yeah, you beep boop in to run now an external. There is no oxygen at all on this planet. Currently you're sitting in gas, and so you actually run like a radial diagnostic of where you're at, and this building. You realize it's actually floating inside a mass of compacted gas. This must be the refinery, or at least the mining colony itself. It's actually not planet side. If you were to step off the side, you would technically fall off. What looks to be solid is actually just gas. But when you extend the research run, you learn that there is actually a rock, that all this gas revolves around a planet, all this red gas, and it's a very small one, more like a moon really in size, densely packed at the core, red rock. You were unsure, it doesn't really read a lot of life there. You would need to take some time potentially to actually go planet side if you wanted to know more about what's like on planet. But you have, it's about 10 minutes from where you currently are via vessel to the core rock.
I'm sorry. You said bodies. Are you talking about the space aliens that were attacking our ship? The manta rays? Or are there humanoid corpses? There
are humanoid corpses devoid of all skin, flesh, and blood laid out. It is just clean, skeletal.
Super hella dope. That's awesome. Cool. That's what I wanted. Great.
Yes, out here it's just skeletons. From what your eyes can currently see, it's just skeletons.
That didn't make it better.
Sorry, Mike.
Cool.
Can't win them all.
Cool. I'm so ready for this.
It could be from whatever gas we're sitting in.
Yeah, but why would they, if they're miners, right? They're atmospheric miners, why would they go outside with no suit on? So either there's something around here that strips people of flesh, which is terrifying. I don't care who you are. Or there's something scary enough inside this vessel that makes people who don't have suits on want to run outside into acid that strips off your flesh, which is equally terrifying.
Well, nobody said we had to go inside the vessel, but we do have equipment to possibly protect us from the gas. Let's wait until Tamir does an analysis and figures out what exactly we are sitting in. And then we have to try to fix this thing. Fuck.
How are we going to fix this if we can't go outside?
Exosuits?
Yeah, you'll have to definitely wear an exosuit. You would know that the air or the gas here is inladen with salt. This is what they're mining.
So, Saul, real quick. Your mission was to rescue people only?
No, it was just to do a recon. If people were here, then we would rescue them. Great. But it was more to figure out what's happening.
Okay.
And I look around. I think I'm done.
Oh, okay. So you figured it out. Great.
Well, they're dead. So just got to report that. Got to figure out what happened to the station. And then I think that's pretty much all I really needed. And I look at the dossier to see if there's anything specific in the Taoan station that I need to report back on.
Not particularly. It just says to report back and to bring survivors with you if they exist.
Yeah, just report, see what it looks like, see how bad it is, maybe get a scan of the area for reporting purposes. He's trying to sound very intelligent by using words that make no sense. And he's just with the stars charted,
I'm currently getting on my exosuit. This is when Tal decides that she's done listening and walks off.
So none of that needs us to go inside the ship, is what I'm saying.
I look over and I was I think I recon my droid over, point towards the ship. We see it from windows and all that, right? And I press a button, it makes like a noise. It's like, no, I think that's all I needed to do.
Great. And he sits back down.
Do we know where we are?
The gas around you is super dense. Like imagine like the thickest fog cloud you can think of, except it's red. All around you is red. You can see that the ship has landed on like a platform, and there is an airtight seal for you, like a tubing for you to walk through, and it leads to another building from what you can tell, but you are unable to see like how tall this building is, any details, because the gas around you is so dense.
This place doesn't look that welcoming.
Yeah.
Who's leaving the ship?
Not it.
Not it.
After
We'll have
Tal's got to
go
fix
repair.
this. Yeah, Tal's
Yeah.
got to fix this. Tamir, you stay inside and do what you can. And
How
see
many
if there's anything you can
exosuits
tell me.
do we-
The main,
You have one exosuit for each
outside.
person. I'm sorry, what was that, Tamir?
The main damage is outside, is it not?
Oh,
Fine. Come with me.
I'll
All right.
And we know the ship. I don't
wait.
know if they know how
Oh.
to handle.
Do you think it's smart for both of you to go out without any, like, I don't know, protection?
Well, then you should get on this exosuit, and I start handing you pieces of it,
Fuck.
and come with us to
And
protect
I will
us.
monitor you from the computer.
I'm like, oh, fuck, I am just, damn it.
Hey,
I like for a
Malik.
moment, I like forgot
Yes.
who I was.
If I die out there, you're gonna die in here. Just so you know, you might want to come protect us too.
I have a spare gun. No, I don't. I lied.
I have a pistol, but would you like me to use my quick wit and sarcasm against the alien space monsters, or I could monitor the sensors and see if anything's incoming or moving towards the ship?
Sure.
Hey,
At least
Tamir,
then I won't have to listen to you.
if I shoot this and I point the blaster outside with the density, is that gonna be a problem?
What type of weapon is that?
Saul does know this. Okay, Paul does not know this.
It's ballistic. It's ballistic. It's not.
Oh, it's ballistic.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so-
Oh, okay.
okay.
Never mind. I'm not gonna ask. Oh, wait, actually, I would
Yeah,
still
there's
ask.
no, it's not a flamethrower or an explosive, so.
I would still ask then because
Or a light type
Wait,
of weapon?
Oh, yeah,
am
light
I-
based weapon, yeah.
what am I,
It's kinetic.
sword? Or my little dagger, the mercury dagger thing?
Also kinetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, based on the density of the planet outside, it would maybe be reduced to 50%.
I just need to know if it's gonna
Usefulness?
catch on fire.
Oh no, no. Why would it? There's no oxygen. There's nothing that would ignite
Okay.
in the air to make a fire.
Good question, though.
I just wanted to make sure because I mean,
So it would be like if you were to shoot underneath like frozen water.
oh yeah, I've done that.
You know, it may slow speed a little, but all in all, it's just a dense atmosphere. You should not light anything on fire.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well,
Um,
I hate these things, and I'll start putting on the exosuit.
okay, so what is the plan for everybody?
I just want to go out with them to make sure nothing pops
Okay.
up. I mean, especially we're fucking surrounded by mauled bodies. I don't want to.
Look, we know we're just setting data, but we
Yeah.
have to repair the ship. We
Yeah.
cannot leave this spot unless that ship is
Yeah.
repaired.
Okay.
We
I
have
think
one
priority
whole
is-
point left.
he just wants to get the ship running and get off the planet. 'Cause
Paul,
in his report, there's nothing that says about this.
Okay.
Paul, I want you to be very careful. The bodies aren't mauled. They just have no skin right now.
Well, that's
So
what I
we
meant.
can't tell if they're mauled. Don't make them no skin and mauled also. Don't give her ideas. We're completely off book here. I don't want an acid monster that mauls people.
Please stop talking, Mike. Please stop talking.
Okay, so Dot, I think after, by the way, I love how it says evil space demon on your
Yeah,
name thing.
Mike changed that because he loves me so much.
I would like to, I'm just going to prepare it. And then basically,
Oh, Mike changed all of our names.
I know he did.
He
I'm gonna have my
remembered that
pistol.
we're really bad at remembering.
And then I'm horrible with names.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna carry my rifle with me as well,
Okay.
just in case. And then my dad. I'm literally preparing for the worst, trying to make sure everything's good.
Okay.
And fuck, I'll even if I have like a pack, I'll even stuff my dad's suit in there too.
Okay.
Maybe I can throw it at a monster or something.
So I have my exo shell.
Very sticky.
I also will take my holster for my pistol with me, just because it seems like it's probably a good idea
Yeah.
to have protection just in case.
Now would be a good time to look through all of your gear and make sure some gear you don't always carry with you.
Right,
There might be
okay.
some gear that weighs too much or is used in this kind of like fixing of the vessel or ship. So just make sure that there's no special gear you want to take with you.
Ooh, I have a question.
Mhm.
The environment scanner, that does not do anything different from what we've already figured out, right?
It will when you exit the vessel.
Perfect. All right, I will take that with me.
Yeah.
You
You would definitely know how that works.
I will also take a trauma dose with me, just in case. Tal is freaking paranoid right now. She
Okay.
is. Yep.
Okay. Great. What about Malik? You're gonna stay in the ship.
Yeah.
Does Malik have his pistol with him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just to me, do you have nothing? You don't have a weapon?
Tamir technically has a knife, but it's like a utility knife.
That's the saddest. No, I feel like there was a Vulcan pistol that was recovered and given.
No, Tamir gave it back.
Yeah, to Saul.
And
Okay.
I just left it in the common area.
Well, there's a Vulcan pistol if anybody wants to take it. It's sitting on the dining room table.
If it was left in the common area, Tal would have picked it up at one point.
Okay.
Just because it's always good to have a pistol when you don't trust the people you're with.
Wow.
If I look towards Tamir, does it show or like does it look like Tamir is unarmed? I don't know how that would like. Okay.
There's no. If you're looking for gun or weapons belt, there just aren't any.
Tamir, don't you think perhaps you should take something with you outside? I mean, she's got her pea shooter there, so.
Tamir just like holds up a toolbox. What is it that you want me to take with?
I look back to
major
where
repairs to make.
I look back to where the pistol was. Oh, never mind. I don't know where it went. Never mind. You can hit them with your toolbox, if there is anything.
Let us hope that there is not.
Bodies.
Frankly, my father always said that if you aren't really sure how to use a weapon, it's probably best you don't have one.
I guess that makes sense.
What you don't have can't be taken and used against you.
That's very wise.
Let's just say too that Soul, I think we trust you with a weapon. So don't miss. And like Tamir's gonna just put his exo head on and head out.
Yep.
All right. You all suit up. You get the
Sorry.
weapon.
Exo hat.
Yeah.
Just sits on top.
Man himself.
You've thrown out
Exo
so
My
many
exo
other.
hat.
You've
So
thrown
I
out
would
so
also-
many other science words, and where you draw the line is exo hat.
Yeah, exo hat.
I imagine it like
How do you
a
like
bee's.
that?
I imagine like it's a beekeeper's hat. It's just like
That's what we get for the bar being filled so early. is
Oh, I haven't even
that our
got to the corruption yet.
No, that's the corruption. It's
That's
gnomes.
the corruption.
The corruption of
gnome.
gnomes vocabulary.
I don't. What does the
I
proximity
don't know
sensor
how
do?
to speak.
So there is a very pregnant pause as we wait with the three of you at the door for the airtight seal to release or to connect, and then the doors are open. Where is Polaris actually going? Are you going to the top of the ship to like look out? Are you wanting to go towards the mining colony itself?
Me? I just want to stay with them.
Okay, so the three of you are gonna basically climb the vessel.
But I would leave my recon droid. I would have him go high up.
Great.
And just
you're all going up to the top of the ship.
Yeah,
you're all climbing up.
I was having patrol.
Okay, patrolling. All right.
Tal will go first. She insists on it. She's the first one out.
So the most important thing is that this is a very dense planet and dense air. And even though you have magnets on your basically your boots so that you can walk on the vessel itself, it's not that there's no gravity. It almost feels like there's extra gravity. That's how heavy it is. There's weight to this. So I am going to need a roll from all of you. This is really a strength roll. Just a flat strength roll to see if you're strong enough to carry yourself, all your gear, and climb up the vessel. Wow. Yeah, success of the highest caliber. Damn.
Can I help him? Like,
I will definitely say with your critical and his failure, you're able to like lend a hand and pull them up. Nice. Okay. And Sewell, you handle your business just fine. The three of you make it to the top of your ship, the Defiant. You can see the damage almost instantly. It sparks and kind of sputters where two of them kind of begin to tear into the ship. Large pieces of metal sheeting have been ripped away, and they're jagged around the edges. Those will need to be replaced.
Do I see any nearby sources of metal that we could take to patch?
Not here on the landing dock. You might inside of the mining colony.
Of course you said that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How's it
face?
Look?
It's so evil.
This is going to take. I mean, we need the materials, but this is going to take at minimum 8 to 16 hours to repair.
It's going to be a really long day.
Yeah.
Where's my button?
Tal just reaches up and like bashes the side of your head and presses it. You were pressing the wrong side.
Oh, thank you. Do you want me to look over there? And I point towards the mining station, and I point to my like rifle with the large, obnoxious scope.
Yeah, you might want to send your droid ahead of you though if you are going to go over there.
How far is it?
You have about a 25-foot tube that you can take in. It's like an airtight tube that goes into the mining colony.
Could I use my accelerator rifle scope to just like
pan? Yeah,
pan in and just take a look.
So let's do this. Let's have well, you can see your droid, what your droid sees. So you can always send the droid out. Now, as the droid kind of loops, you see on this platform, there are
just a droid then. Yeah.
There are some bodies laid about. We kind of talked about those. You can give me either a metacurgy check or an observation check.
Oh, hell yeah. With that
I'll take a survival too.
Observation it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. People, these bodies that are these skeletal figures that are laid out, all of their heads lay away from the mining colony, which tells you they were running from it.
Yeah, I don't think we should go to the mining colony.
Now, when you start panning through your scope, you can roll an observation for me, and we'll see what it is you see.
All right, scope, don't you fail me. Oh, you bitch. Okay.
You can always re-roll if you want, but as you pan around, this gas is everywhere. It's super duper hard to see. Even as you try to adjust the scope and pan across the actual the colony, the mining building itself, there's only a couple things that you're able to see with the failure that your eyes just flat out see. There's an odd colored smoke that is rising. It's different. It's gray. It stands out against the red dense gas, as if this place was attacked by something. which makes sense. So it was, you know, that there was a distress signal sent from this mining colony out, and Coriolis received it, which is where you got your job from. So it makes sense that this would be a damaged facility. Whether or not there's still things here, that you cannot tell, but you can tell that the mining frigate or colony is damaged.
More so, I know I already failed it, but like with my recon droid, would I have seen any metal or anything that would have been useful?
Not out here. You're gonna have to go into. This is almost like just a landing platform, and then there's like a tubing that feeds into the mining colony.
Yeah, I can't really see anything. I might have to just go.
Who here has been to a mining colony before? Has anybody visited a mining colony or would know anything about that?
Nah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think they do industrial mining on Aldo, but it's not a planet, not a colony. It's an actual like full-on planet.
Hey, Malik.
But they do industrial mining.
I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's like
mine
planet-side fracking
an
kind
entire
of thing.
freaking river or lake.
Yeah.
It just destroyed an entire population.
You know what, Malik, you're still inside.
Sure as hell
Why
am.
don't you run a data gen, and you now have a full library, so you can add the +2 for the library being installed.
Cool.
And-
Imagine. Critical success. How about
Great,
that?
wonderful. That's so good.
Why can't I do that?
Cool, because I'm the best
Cool.
around.
So you start running information on Taoan
Yes.
and this planet specifically. The first thing you know that this is it is floating, so don't step off the side. It is floating inside of this dense gas. This colony mines salt from the gas and then ships it from here to another freighter that usually picks it up. Your critical success is going to give you special access to some hard to reach files that lay out a map of this. It's basically the blueprints of this mining colony. You can see there is some housing. But very similar to the mining colony, the ice mining colony that was back in the last system, a lot of the people live and usually commute to the nearest space station, the portal station. There are about 60 people that live here on a given day-to-day, and the majority of the salt for the Third Horizon is mined from here.
So what I want to do with this information is obviously like get the coordinates, not the coordinates, but the map, get the map situated so that I can send this to everyone's tablets or tabulas. And I also want to get a roster of all of the 60 people's names here.
Okay.
So that we can kind of, if we have to go inside, check them off if we see them in like a
If you find
jumpsuit
them.
or some kind of thing, yeah.
Cool.
Or at least count 60 corpses, and then say, good enough. That kind of thing. I want to, basically get a full layout of this place if I can from this chair where it's safe. And just basically as much information about like what happened. Do I have access to the network, I guess? I know you said
Yeah,
that
I would give
down.
you access to it with a critical success of that nature.
So I know the distress signal because I received it myself.
Yep.
Came from here.
Correct.
Can I track what happened before and after the distress signal?
Okay, that's interesting. You can try to track back transmissions. The last transmission out was the signal that you received a few weeks ago. That was the last one. There is extreme damage to the internal computer. Though the diagnostic that you run tells you, at least from here, that currently basically the core of this mining colony is not damaged, which is the ++. So it's still partially operational, but there is major damage done to the upper floors, which is where residential is.
Okay.
Yeah, the reactor itself that keeps this thing running seems to not be damaged.
So like we could turn on, in theory, gravity, life signs, right? That kind of thing, like oxygen.
Yes, but you can't do it from here.
Right. Yeah, I kind of because I know where my button is. It's on a console that says talk, and I hit it, and I say, Tal, I was able to get access to the entire mining colony. I have
Well, that should be useful.
Yeah, it should be. I have maps, and I can walk you guys to where you need to go to turn on everything. The generator still seems to be working. All of it has power. It's just seemingly turned off. So we should be able to get gravity, atmosphere, all that turned back on. I just can't do it from here. So.
Okay. We don't really need anything other than just metal to fix my ship, and then we can go. So that's really, I feel like.
Do you have metal?
No, we just need to get some from in here. I was actually going to ask if you could, since you're in there, if you could do a scan for any living things.
I'm not getting anything at all on life signs. Right, you didn't
Cool.
say that, Dot. I didn't just make that up.
So far, you have no reading of life signs. Now, there could be something blocking that. This is, like I said, also dense. I mean, there are 1,000 things, but from what you can tell, there are no life signs.
There is a cargo area. It might have metal. I don't know if it's going to be non-atmo rated, but like, it's better than nothing, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
We need metal.
I would also, at this point, be using my environment scanner to see if I can learn anything.
You kind of get the same base information out here very quickly what the atmosphere is made up of with the gas and salt mixture.
How much metal do we need?
Well, you see the holes. We need to.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
Of it.
Yeah, we can.
We can shape and combine anything that we need to with solder welding. That's
Yeah,
not a problem.
These pieces, and I push one of the strips that's been pulled up. I start pushing it down. I said, these we could possibly, patch back together with smaller bits. But it's going to take a lot of work.
I think the best course of action here is probably to just patchwork enough to get off of the planet and then head up back to the portal station. I'm sure there are more supplies there that would be more beneficial for travel.
Okay, well then I will go and see what I can scrap up without getting too far in. Malik, just...
Hey guys, I just want to remind you that there was like 4 more giant flying space aliens.
Yeah.
2 of them nearly destroyed the ship. So patchwork might get us there, but then what?
Tal was kind of kneeling down. She stands up and she just puts her hands on her hips. Honestly, if we find another ship here, I think we're going to have to take it if it works.
I don't think we need to. We have to come to that.
What if we get parts from the other ship and do stuff to your ship?
Not only that,
I bought guns for your ship.
Yeah, guns mean nothing if we die. I mean, I'm saying if we find a better equipped ship here, it would be stupid to waste our time fixing this one to have it just get destroyed again.
All right. Well, how about this? Let's go see what's over there in the mining station. I'll go see, and I won't go too deep. We still don't know what's going on here or what's there. Why don't we get some information and then we can decide on a course of action based off of what we have. I mean, to me, he looks like he can take care of himself with the repairs. If I get the materials, maybe we can do something. If we find another ship, we'll take that, head to the station, get the materials, come back. We'll figure something out.
Malik, you see something interesting as you continue flipping through the blueprints on the many layers. The bottom layer of this station has an elevator. It's the only way I know how to explain it. That goes from here to the planet's surface.
Dope. That seems completely irrelevant, Dot. That seems like a thing you want me to say to make us
Nope.
go to our death.
Nope. I just something, a new piece of information you received as you flip through this.
I know how to GM games too, Dot. What do I know about the planet side?
It's a red rock, basically. It's small. It's pretty much uninhabitable because of the atmosphere. But somebody's going down there.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got to get them drugs somehow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not going to bring that up. It doesn't unless we need drugs. Right now, living is my main priority. But he does call back out. Saul, could you do you know how to set the droid to send its images back here?
Yes.
Can you do that so I can watch you as you go through these tunnels and hopefully see what you're not seeing and don't die?
Sounds good. I do a little beep boop bop boop beep, and then hopefully my recon droid should be sharing vision with Malik.
Okay. Yeah, immediately it feeds back to the ship, no problem. And you're sending the droid in first?
Yeah, I think I would have to. But no, I wouldn't want to send it too far ahead. Just like...
Do you want it to enter the space station or to enter the colony or not?
How far are we from the colony?
25 feet.
Oh, fuck. I thought we were way further. Yeah.
Yeah, about 25 feet is the tunnel, and you're on like a massive landing pad. Malik, in addition, you'd see that there are more than one landing pad on this station. When you run diagnostics, there's one other vessel. It's kind of what they call a planet, like a puddle jumper. It's really just meant to go from planet surface to here. It's not a very large vessel. It carries
like
a couple...
like a skiff, yeah. Okay.
Correct. You send the droid down. It kind of goes down the this little tubing piece that feeds into the colony. When it gets close to the door slides open. It's totally functional. There's a hand on the ground. It reaches out from around the door. It is attached to a body, at least from what you can tell from this point. Do you want the droid to enter or not?
Is the body dead and like it's just flopped down? Yeah, yes. I'll have him enter.
Does it have skin on it?
This one does.
Great. I don't know if that's better or worse.
This one does.
I don't know, dude. I just want to not be on a rock with a 1-point hull ship.
It starts to kind of go through. You see, this is a hallway. This is a workstation. It's dirty. There's like a red dust that covers everything, all the surfaces. You can see that there are the dust that covers everything. There are like hands that have been like, as people have died, they've like run their hands through it. And you can see their hands imprinted in the layer of dust. And yeah, you don't see a whole lot much more than dead bodies. The lights aren't really on. The safety lights are all on.
So it's just like a tunnel, right?
Yeah, it kind of goes around. I imagine it's like circular, so you like can go left, but it probably feeds all the way around back to the other side. But there are doors and all kinds of things. There's an elevator that definitely goes will take you up the mining facility.
Nothing, no movement, no nothing else. I'm going to keep sending the recon as far as I can go.
Just keep going. Okay, so the recon droid goes, it takes the elevator because that's funny. As it opens up into a little bit more of the residential area as it goes up. And as the doors slide open, you can see that it's all collapsed in. This whole area has been exploded inwards.
I don't mean to stop you, but is there elevator music? Because this is important details in the imagery of the.
I imagine there can be any elevator music you want. In actuality, it's just dead, silent air, which is terrifying. But sure, there's like a boo doo doo.
No, my drone, I would like for him to make his own elevator music.
Yeah, he makes his own elevator music as he waits. And it goes, like I said, it goes up.
He's a real hero.
Mm-hmm.
So he
The
went
one
up the
true
elevator.
survivor.
So that first floor was nothing. Was there any?
The
scrap
first floor is
metal or
basically
anything?
not here. You're going to have to hit cargo. So basically, he goes up. He kind of looks around. It takes him about 5 minutes to take the elevator up a couple floors to residential. You can see this is where the attack actually physically happened. Things are collapsed in. There are bodies laid out everywhere. It goes down because there's really not anywhere way to go up. It goes down to the reactor. When this opens, it's a very different space. The reactor sits at the middle, and you can see it like moving and churning. There are a few flashing lights on console pads, and you can see that the bodies of the workers lay around, the people that managed this reactor core of the mining station. There is a door, like another elevator door open that goes down farther, which seems odd to you. But you don't know a whole lot about that at the moment. And there's a lot of storage down here. There are pieces and parts near the reactor that could be used potentially to repair the ship. In addition, you see boxes that you've seen before. Wooden boxes.
Where would I see these boxes?
You saw them aboard the space station back, the Hammurabi space station, because they were carrying coffins.
I ask. I show my tablet to Tao. Would these pieces of metal do? And I also show it to Tamir, like back and forth, back and
Yeah.
forth.
I imagine we're all kind of gathered around it.
Yeah.
Do they look like they might possibly be the kind of parts we need?
At least for now, yeah, that should do just fine. We can always use spare coating and make sure that it will react properly once we go back up into the atmosphere. But once we hit space, it should be fine too.
Yeah.
Good enough for me. Hey Malik, you want to go for a road trip?
Absolutely not.
When you pan back to look at your like little HUD on your wrist that feeds back from your drone, it's now black.
So if you
I
look,
tap on it.
It doesn't respond.
Ah, shit.
do I still see the drone?
No.
Visual?
The feed goes out.
Cool.
Oh, fuck.
Saul, if you head to the cargo area, there should be a small like hand skiff to load the mined quantities to the from the elevator to the ships. You could probably load metal onto that and bring it out.
Why don't you come help me with that?
Because it's safe in here, and there could be a giant space monster out there. I think that's a pretty solid reason. And you are made of guns.
Okay. I like looked at Tamir, Natal, and then I look at Tamir again. I fucking hate your brother. And then I'm gonna walk
I can hear you.
towards the tunnel.
It's open comms.
Oh, I know. And then I walk towards the tunnel.
You've literally asked to shoot
I'm not the
someone
tunnel. I'm sorry. The
at every turn.
I go to the thing and grab the whatever, this fucking space cart that he's talking about.
Yeah, like the floating cart. Yeah.
And I will take that and be like, if I'm gonna fucking die, and I'm gonna.
No, you're not.
I muttered that.
You mother it, but we could hear it's open comms. You guys are supposed to. I just want to remind you that whenever you speak, we're all connected. It's how we should actually probably go with. That's so. I'm sure you're a very strong individual, but with how gravity works here, those are some pretty big chunks of metal. We might need all hands on deck.
Hey,
I can barely carry this kit.
Hey, shut up. Saul,
Hey, whoa.
Saul, look,
If you want to come to me,
everyone-
you're more than welcome
everyone,
to come.
Shut up. Saul, look at your arm.
I look at my arm.
Do you see anything?
Dead.
It's a dead feed.
Yeah,
No?
no, me either.
Did the power die on your
No.
thing?
That's not how drones work.
I think something grabbed it.
Don't say
Okay,
that.
so
Of
there's
all the
something
possibilities,
in
Yeah,
there.
why would there be something in there? What are you
Why would
implying?
you-
You
Something
was fine 2
grabbed it.
seconds ago. And there was no disconnect, no static, no reason for any distance.
The reactor core, the radiation from the reactor core could have crossed. Something grabbed it. So that's the worst.
But there could be. You don't know.
Come with us, he says.
Yeah, because if I go by myself and I'm carrying a stupid shopping cart, what if something comes at me? What am I going to do? Smack him with the shopping cart?
We're coming with you.
We're all going to go with you. You're not going to go through this alone. And there might even be survivors. It's unlikely, but
Listen, okay. We should. If you want to come, you can. We'll just be careful. And Malik, just keep an eye out or ear out or whatever out that you do with these little buttons.
I can track your location on the map so I can see where you're going.
Before the feed died, I guess I was distracted though. Was there any indication of like interference?
Do you go back and watch with the feed? Watch the feed?
Yeah, I'll go back to before it cuts out to see if there's any like interference or.
You scroll back to look and see what it saw. The camera pans, and there is a hand that comes up and grabs it.
Son of a bitch.
Like a human hand?
Well, only I see this, right? Me when I play back, they don't see it. Or we can see it?
No, you're doing basically whatever you see is what's feeding to Malik.
Right, but I'm saying
So
for Tamir.
Malik will see it, but the other two do not.
Okay, I see that, and I'll just turn it off, and then be like, yeah, we'll just keep it in safe distance. And Tamir, Tal, you guys, why don't you guys take the cart, and I'll go ahead first to make sure everything's okay. Because I mean, like Tamir said, I mean, I'm really no use if I have to hold any kind of defensive weapons, and I'm not going to be able to help with the metal sheets. So.
Well, did you see what came on the feed before?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of static. I think Malik may have been right. It could have been some reactor issues.
so
Let's go.
we have no choice. We have to go. We're not going to get off this rock if we don't go.
I'm gonna. You can see Saul trying to like fiddle with the comm, not knowing how it works. It's like fucking damn piece.
No. So if you touch that, you're going to you're adjusting your settings. Please, we used to.
What does?
Wrong button, you die, Soul. Stop playing with it.
All right, sorry.
And as the three of you walk together in, you stroll through this tube and into the mining colony.
Bye, Malik. Have fun alone.
Yeah, fuck you, Malik.
You bitch.
I will say, okay, so knowing what Saul knows though, I think he would go like he would walk normally, but slowly and subtly, it's like he's picking up pace, trying to create distance between Tal and Tamir.
In front of them?
Yeah, in front of them. And he's trying to do it in a way where I'm assuming with his training, he'll know how to kind of create gradual increase in speed.
Yeah, well, and you're just trying to keep distance so that
I'm just trying
if
to
there's
keep
something
distance
there, you're first in line,
I'm
correct?
the first to see it. So like maybe like.
So you scout basically.
Yeah.
It's a proper scouting.
Yeah. Just like what we did on the ship, you know? So there should be nothing.
So
alarming.
you follow the trajectory, and all of you now begin to see it. Bodies laid out everywhere. These bodies have been dead for a few weeks. Most of them seem to be, they've begun to decay. They're different than obviously being outside because the salt has not ate away at the body. Like it's not, nothing's been deteriorizing the body on the outside. There is it seems that the oxygen system has been turned off. So when you do an environmental scan in here, there's still some gas in the air. It's cleaner because nobody's really opened that door in weeks to like exchange oxygen out, but it's not really clean. So you would want to keep your suits on. Polaris, you walk ahead. Oh yeah.
Using my environment scanner as we go, as we change rooms and stuff.
And as you kind of go through, yeah.
It
Sorry,
smells
I
like
want to
3
turn
weeks
on.
of corpses.
I want to turn on my proximity sensor.
Okay. Well, you pick up the two of them behind you.
Yeah.
Basically, for sure. But right now you don't think you see anything else. The like I said, the station's been unused for many weeks. The bodies in here, some of them seem to have died from what looks to be like burn wounds from blasters or bullets. A few of them have bullet holes in them as if they were actually like shot. Some of them have extreme burn marks, potentially from the explosion that you know was upstairs as well. But as you travel through, you take the elevator down to the reactor. The doors slide open. This space is, like I said, much larger, much more open. The reactor sits in the middle. It's a very large piece of machinery, and it seems to be running, though there's a lot of flashing on like the HUD decks and stuff. You see the droid.
Okay. Where do I see the droid from the elevator with all of us in the droid?
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of the room. This is a circular room. It's, like I said, big. It's huge. And it's circular. There's a large platform in it. It has like various hallways that like feed off of it. There's another elevator, like I said, that drops down. Malik, you would know that that's the one that goes to the surface side. Everybody roll from the elevator. Roll a observation.
Son of what the?
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Eris, you immediately notice that both Tao and Tamir, you immediately noticed off to your left and right, there are bodies everywhere, but there's a layer of dust on everything because it's not been ventilating and like cleaning the air. So this gases and this dust has settled on everything. A body that was laid out dead is clearly not there anymore because there's an outline from dust that creates the shape of where the body was, but is no more.
Are there drag marks or
right?
anything?
Are there anything up to the body? The body is just gone.
It's gone. There seem to be footprints.
This looks safe. This looks fine.
Great.
Hey, Malik, are you seeing this?
I'm not seeing anything. Your suits don't have cameras.
Yeah, but I do. My eyeballs. Hello. I'm feeding in. You should have my comms.
Yeah.
It's visual audio.
Turn them on.
Click. You turn it on. It feeds too.
We're gonna have a talk later.
Turn mine on too.
Hey, Sewell,
That's not how
think
it works, Soul.
I think that this sounds crazy, but I think the bodies have gotten up.
How did
One.
There's no footprints. There's no.
I have no light signs.
Okay, that's
So,
All right, you two.
good.
You two stay here.
space zombies.
You two. Stay.
There are two missing bodies.
I grabbed my pistol because I am now.
Is there like a pipe or just a bludgeoning tool on the ground?
Yeah, there are tools in here, wrenches, large stuff. Yeah.
We'll just grab like a pickaxe or something.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah, you all pick up something to put in your hand. Sorry, I'm marking off darkness points.
Dot.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So Dot, I think at this point when we're all panicking about space zombies, the camera pulls back to the Defiant, and you see a spinning chair where Malik was as he's running down the other side to where the guns are, to where Saul sits when he was firing, and he's just turning all the guns on and pointing them at the colony, and then he's redirecting the weapon controls to the bridge platform, and then running back so he can get back to the cameras so that he can now control the weapon systems from the cockpit. But now all of the surface guns are now pointing at the colony.
The entryway door.
Did I miss
You make
anything?
it back just in time for you to see they are now looking at the droid, which is on the opposite side of the room, past where the two bodies have gotten up and walked away.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, there were two bodies.
Yeah, but you said walked away.
Yeah, there were very clearly footprints. They got up and walked away.
Oh, there was. Okay, I thought you
That's
said there
why
wasn't.
I
Sorry.
said that.
I'm sorry. I thought you said there wasn't footprints.
Yeah, I thought there were no footprints.
No, there's no
Sorry.
drag marks. There are footprints. It got up and walked away.
And it's the footprints are towards my. Where are they leading towards? If I look at it.
Actually, back the way you came. They exited this space. Oh no, I'm sorry. You came down the elevator, so it would have exited into one of the hallway rooms.
Okay, so there are signs of the footprints that are going away out of the room, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they got up and walked away a while ago. You can tell because dust is beginning to settle over where that happened, if that makes sense. But they got up, and it's very clear that there is unsettled dust in terms of walking and shuffling. And
how dark is it where we are?
It's actually not that dark. The reactor itself gives off a fair share of light, and all of the kind of comms and HUD around it also gives off a fair share of light. I'm sorry, Tamir, you rolled a critical success. You also see the wooden boxes. They're the exact same wooden boxes that you saw earlier aboard the space station.
I will go over to one, and with the pickaxe, can I just like pry one open?
Yeah, you pry it open. It's empty.
What are you doing? I said stay by the elevator.
Yeah. But we should probably look at this.
There's a coffin inside, but it is empty.
Okay.
What's inside?
Nothing. I mean, a coffin, but there's nothing.
What?
Why were these boxes here? But these boxes were also on the space this portal station.
Maybe they were coming from here. If these are empty, they didn't have anything to send yet.
So these are just what they were on the station. They probably may have gotten here, if I remember right. Oh, and I kind of a picture of a red ant kind of goes through my mind. Yeah. You can use this metal, right? And I point to like whatever scraps of metals there are here.
Yeah. Load it up.
I start.
Yeah, let's do this quickly. And I'm gonna. Can I walk towards my recon droid?
Yeah, you walk over to the recon droid. It looks like somebody reached up and turned off the off button.
So it doesn't look damaged. It just looks like someone. I turn it back on.
Are there any footprints or anything near?
Yes.
Where
something snuck up right behind it. It comes out of one of the doors to your right. It came in here, like turned it off, dropped the droid, and it shuffled away down a different hallway.
I will leave the recon above Tamir and Tao and have them circling. And then I am going to...
Who's loading up the metal?
Tamir, you go ahead and do this. I'm going to keep an eye out and watch your back.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go sift through the pieces that I think that we could use.
How many entrances are there to this large
7.
room? Fuck! Okay.
It's kind of like they spider web out. The way a kid draws a sunshine. Like this room is circular. The reactor's in the middle, and you've got like 7 hallways that come off of it.
Okay, I want to just look towards the one doorway that the footprints walked out towards with the after he turned off my. I don't want to go in it. I just want to like look. Like, can I like look down the hall or?
They're all like closed doors.
Oh, they're closed doors. Okay.
Yeah. It went in one though.
Fuck it. Should I open this?
Open what? We don't need to go anywhere. We just get what we need and we leave.
Aren't you curious?
No. No. Look. Okay. Let's do a little bit of math real quick. As I'm like trying to loot this stuff. It's heavy.
Yeah, whoever's loading it, I need to make a straight.
I see him struggling. I put my gun back into its holster, and I will start helping him.
Can't fucking lift it. He can barely walk in this fucking heavy suit.
Yeah. I actually know.
Or strength.
Strength.
I just want straight strength. Yeah, he's not pushing anything.
I'm like
trying to lift.
Fine. I'll keep my gun, but I want to help.
Soul, you are watch out.
Okay.
I can do this.
Do it, Tao. Show him how it's done.
Just strength.
Just a strength. Okay, load as it says. There's a as the two of you pull this piece of sheet metal and pop it onto this floating, basically dolly cart that you brought with you. You're gonna need more than that.
This is
Keep going.
We'll load as many pieces as we can.
So do you open one of the doors?
No, I won't. I won't. I don't want to.
Okay.
But I'm very tempted.
We are here to get the materials we need to survive. Please don't start poking things that might hurt us.
I'm gravely concerned with the fact that these boxes are here with empty coffins?
Because
It seems like more of like a conspiracy theory, I would have thought, but the space station that we were on had the bodies that were full of those drugs. Some of them, not all of them. Were they harvesting here and using their own people as like a mule?
Listen, it's,
That's Tao.
oh,
Tao.
dude, the Illuminati sound effect just went in my head.
Yeah.
God.
As Malik said, or as Tamir says all of this out loud, and it like you're literally, it's that Sherlock moment of all the pieces like boo 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 in air piecing together.
And
You
as
walk-
he's saying
yeah.
it, Tal's sitting here like, please stop, please stop, please stop,
stop.
please stop. No.
You watch as
So
Tal's
like, no,
eyes.
please stop, please
You
stop.
watch as Tal's eyes roll into the back of her head, and her head jets backwards. And Tal, you begin to have a premonition.
What the fuck is happening?
You start to see almost I say it's a premonition. Yeah, it is a premonition. You see something that has happened or will happen before, and this is the muling of these bodies. You see that the elevator off to the right, it's almost like you're standing in the hustle and bustle of what this mining colony used to be. Men and women bustling around, moving stuff, working on the reactor, large crates of red salt being moved through. And you see that this elevator off to your right pings open, and two men in heavy suits with large guns come off. They're carrying a small box, about this big, shoebox size. He hands it off to a woman who immediately begins sifting and sorting them. And putting, like, checking them, and then takes it away, probably for shipment. And then you see them pop open the lids of these, different people pop open the lids of these wood coffins, and there are bodies inside. They open them up, they take out the drugs just like before, and then they shoot the bodies out of an airlock into the gaseous air. You get this feeling, your premonition basically tells you that they are pulling a substance off the surface, shipping it away, and what's coming back to them is refined, usable drugs for the miners. And I want both of you a chance to catch Tao, because she's going to pass out momentarily. So Tamir and
Oh God, yeah.
if you
We're
want
rolling.
to, you can make a dexterity check to catch her.
Just straight agility. Sorry.
Fuck, sorry, Tal.
You're not ready for it, and Tal.
No.
It only takes about 3 seconds. You see what feels like minutes worth of content in seconds. As your eyes open, and as they do, your body actually like hits the floor, and you kind of catch yourself.
All right,
You
fuck
have
it.
to.
Can I reroll?
Yeah, you can.
I want to reroll.
Okay.
I
All right, limited success.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
I don't want her. If she's dead, we're dead.
I know. We knew.
Now, for now, protect the president is for me right now.
Okay. I'm gonna take a darkness point. You're welcome to reroll.
I reroll. I got limited.
you did?
Oh yeah, perfect. You catch her just in time. Tal, when you come to, it looks like Sewell has kind of caught you. She didn't like flat pass out. It's more like her knees weakened, and just as her eyes like pop open, you can see that Sewell has kept you from hitting the ground.
I would quickly, before she realizes, just try to like gently place her down on the ground.
Oh,
You okay?
that was different.
Yeah. What? You went.
Is there something wrong with your suit? You're not getting enough oxygen. Malik, can you give us a better reading? Maybe reboot the systems.
Tamir, did you not just see what that is not due to lack of oxygen?
There's a lot of things that happen when there's no oxygen in your body.
everything's
Malik.
cool. All readings are fine.
Glowing eyes is not one of them.
Her body seemed to maintain functionality. Heart pumping, blood pumping, pulse, all of it was normal, except for her brain activity. Her brain activity spiked for a moment and then dropped back down.
Oh my god, she went limitless.
Malik knows when to keep his mouth shut. That's a conversation in private. He says, yeah, all suit readings are fine.
Yeah, I think I just I think when I was just pulling that last piece, I held my breath too long. You know, you're supposed to make sure you exhale when you lift, and sorry. I'll whew. All right, let's get this next piece, Tamir. Let's hurry up.
Okay. Well, you sit here and keep eyes on everything. Soul, help me just with these other pieces, and let's get out of here as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Right. Roll again for strength.
Hey, team.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got some bad news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Check those boxes.
I did. There's nothing in them.
Why
All
am I
of them?
so useless?
No, one.
Okay. The red powder, we need them.
What?
Why do we need the
No.
red powder?
That's the job.
No, your job was pure Umburia, not the refined.
Isn't the red powder the refined?
No.
Oh, isn't that what's in these boxes?
So there are two substances. There's
Yeah.
the pure Umbria that comes from the surface.
Right.
That is what Tal saw in the small box. It's a it's a liquid. It's like a gel. And then it's sent back to Coriolis,
Gotcha.
refined, and shipped back here in bodies.
In that case, I do know that. That is in my notes. He will explain that. Sorry. Reverse that.
See if you can find the small box.
We're looking for another box, not like the ones on where the corpses were. It should be like a shoebox.
Is that your objective?
6x10.
I say that just like bluntly.
Full of
without
a red
caring.
liquid.
Is that your objective?
Yep.
Fuck.
Tamir, you rolled that beautiful critical success on observation. There is a box. It's slid off to the side, probably in the midst of whatever chaos happened here. It might have been in somebody's hands. It's kind of tipped on its side and it's slid off to a dark corner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go look at it, and I'll go ahead and pry it open with the pickaxe.
No
But,
need.
like-
No need.
Oh,
It's a very small. It's got like an actual proper lid. This one's like, and it's padded on the inside because these are like little glass vials of a dense, thick, kind of reddish
And
jelly.
Great. Yeah, cool. I'd like to pick one up.
Look at it. It's good. There are a couple of these that are broken. 2 or 3 of them have been broken. But the majority of the 24 set, the 24 are there.
Cool. Malik,
Yeah, but
how much for this?
I'm sorry. What?
How much for this?
How much were these?
No. How much for this?
Not really how the job works.
So you're running drugs?
Not typically. This is the first time for everything.
Technically, it's not drugs yet,
Also that. It's just
Also true.
unrefined ore right now.
so we don't really know if it's gonna be drugs.
That is muled through bodies.
Technically,
That.
also no.
We saw that almost killed the doctor.
Nope.
That were stolen. That were maybe going to be blamed on us. That we were then supposed to take some delivery back to Coriolis. Was this part of the delivery?
Technically, the drugs are muled. This stuff isn't.
I really think we should hurry up and get the medal.
Yeah, Tal, as he was doing this, I would start immediately.
I would
just
help.
like we need to get out of here.
I'm gonna try to like whisper to Tal without realizing that I still don't understand the concept of the helmet, and be like, "Holy shit! I think there's gonna be some family drama."
So shut up.
Fuck! Damn it!
Tamir, we'll talk
Help
about
me
this on
move
the ship.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will talk about this.
Get back here. There are space
I-
zombies.
I will try to help move.
Everybody that's helping, roll the strength one more time to move some more pieces.
No.
Tamir is like
God.
angrily moving, like a kid having a temper tantrum. Like
Fuck it.
stop.
I'm gonna re-roll because I haven't done that yet.
Yes. Give me that.
Damn it.
What are you guys doing? You have to spend the re-roll and then succeed.
You know what? That was a lot of failures, and that just makes me So good. So what I'm gonna
Okay, dude,
do?
we're in a. I'm gonna reroll too. Just
Oh,
Please, no. If
She's
we
already got a
go-
corruption bar.
I don't want
Oh
to
my
hear
God.
any
She's
more
got a
shit
corruption
from the
ball.
rest of
Yeah.
this cast.
Nope. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on. I have done this one time.
are you gonna do it?
Okay.
How many games have we played so far?
I want to do it one more time, Doc.
Do it.
7.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. It's good. You guys try to heave and hoe. All of this metal is like stacked. It's just junk metal,
feel
so
like we
it's
steer,
very
like, 5
difficult. And so there's this like, and finally, Sewell frees another sheet as metal goes clattering. What you fail to hear is the door behind you open.
Would my recon droid see that? Because he would still be circling.
Yeah, but you're busy. You can't watch a recon droid. You're busy pulling sheet metal out.
Does my little buddy not have like a alarm system?
Your proximity
Oh, okay.
meter beeps a third time. There are only 2 bodies you've been reading usually.
Fuck.
Beep,
I
beep,
would,
beep.
I would immediately turn and pull my pistol towards it.
You immediately turn. You see that this archway doors are slid open. It's dark down this long, narrow tunnel, and there's a figure that stands about 15 feet, maybe less, out from the doorway. The lights kind of flash. You can't see it. They're human. They stand there, like staring at you. They don't really move. The lights kind of flicker from behind you, behind them, kind of letting you know it's
It's like a silhouette.
silhouette male.
His posture just looks kind of like. Okay.
And he's not in a suit, right?
He is not in a suit.
I'm gonna
He's in a
hold
pair
my
of
gun.
coveralls.
I'm gonna hold my gun directly at him and just be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
You say that to it?
No, to Talon. To
Oh.
me. In the little thingy-majibber.
Is it between us and the elevator?
No, the elevator would be like off to your left. It would be directly behind you. So if we're staring at a clock, you are all at about 3. It's at 3. 6 o'clock is the elevator.
And where's the body?
I'm going
Directly
to-
behind you at 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to grab the thing
Slowly.
grab Tamir and slowly start backing up.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not going to grab Tamir. I'm going to grab my pistol out.
Yes, Tamir can handle himself. With the thing, you have a gun.
Yep, I got a gun. It's fine. Actually, I have 2 guns, but I'm only really proficient at one at a time. So we're just gonna
Dual wielding.
Malik,
Nope.
you see this as well.
yeah.
Malik,
Yeah.
why was nothing? Did you not? What is this? Do you see it? Can you tell what it is? What's going on?
Yeah, Tamir. Use your robot eye and look at it.
I'm staring right at it.
Space zombie soul. Shoot it.
It takes a step.
I'm still reading no life forms, so it's not dead, and therefore
Fuck.
not murder. Everyone shoot.
Yeah,
but I don't want to
I
make.
shoot.
Fuck! Wait.
Do you shoot at it?
Yeah.
Cal takes first
I
shot.
was too excited.
No. Oh no.
Roll it.
No! Wait! Oh,
You don't know the size of these space ants, you guys. How many are in this body?
well, and okay, so, I mean that's completely fine, but like in Saul's mind,
Oh my
like
gosh.
we're in a dead,
How do I
quiet
do this?
area.
Okay, so this is going to be.
And where there's a reactor too.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about that.
This is ranged combat, so you would use your agility if you don't have ranged combat.
Where is it? Oh,
Should
I
be
do.
left side of
Okay.
the sheet.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. I
Oh,
didn't
yay.
find it.
Okay. So you're gonna fire a shot. This is a
Vulcan
Okay.
pistol does 2 damage.
2 damage.
2
Yep.
damage. Yeah, 2.
So it is, but they don't have any armor, so pew pew damage crit 3. Okay. It hits this creature. Mike, walk me through again. How do we do the damage? We did it right the last time
It's 2.
because we've been doing. It's just
Oh,
2,
does
right?
it have armor?
It has no armor,
Then it
so it
takes
doesn't
2
roll
damage.
against it. It just takes the flat 2, right? The bullet tings its shoulder, and you see kind of blood go flying. And it doesn't. It just kind of readjusts itself, and it starts 1 foot, and then 2 foot, and 3 foot, and it starts walking towards you.
I'm going to
Get in the fucking elevator.
Yeah, back
And then
up
at this point,
faster.
I'll shoot it again. At this point, I'll shoot it now.
Okay, your turn. Same thing, range combat. It doesn't have armor. Okay.
Limited.
It's a limited, so it gets what damage does your weapon do?
Vulcan pistol, same 2.
Same 2. So another 2. Blah blah. As it continues walking, you hear its jaw like as it like screams out, and it echoes down the hallway, probably calling more.
Yep, there it is. That's what it is. Okay, everyone on the elevator now.
Yep.
Go.
You know what? You guys just gave me 2 darkness points. We might as well just add 2 more of these.
We got ourselves a rodeo here.
So we'll just add 2 more making.
That was really loud.
Sorry. First I'm too soft, now I'm too loud. It's this program I'm using.
Okay, so for those of you at home, I am currently cashing in darkness points for all of you at home. Those darkness points are allowing me to add more of these creatures. So for everyone that I add, they're known as a bokor. For everyone that I add, I use a darkness point to do that. So I've just upped our ante. You don't see the other ones yet, just this one. It is now about to cross the threshold of the door. I'm going to give Tamir a chance to take a turn.
Oh, Tamir is pushing the cart. Literally. Now they're shooting. They need to get this off. Otherwise, there's nowhere to go. So, yeah,
that is a force.
Right.
That is a force. So roll a force for me.
Oh, but I do have force. I could do, maybe. I got 2 more.
Hey, nice. You're like, confident. Stay strong. Stay focused. Got to get on the elevator. Got to get up. Elevator up. We'll give Malik a chance. Malik, you see this happen. You can see through Soul's visor that this creature starts running towards them, and there's a blah, blah, 2 shots go off.
Well, now I can't see anything. I just see Malik running because that's all I can see.
That's true, yeah.
Oh no, I guess the drone's back on.
Yeah,
so I would.
You don't see Malik running.
No, you don't see
I see the
drone would literally just be
You see
hovering over my shoulder.
Tamir's view of himself running.
Oh, yeah,
himself running.
Yes.
Yeah, you are in first person Tamir mode.
Yeah.
But the drone is up high, so it's looking down over this circular room. You can kind of see it from an aerial view.
What access do I have to the colony? Is there enough power for me to open and close doors? Or no, with the reactor still not on?
From there, no. Yeah. You'd have to be tapped directly in to do that.
Oh, look, maybe you should have come with us.
To do what? Tell you how to turn the reactor on? No, that's it. He does nothing. He's gonna monitor the situation. There's not a whole lot he can do. He has the guns trained, and he has like the cargo door button ready to rock and roll as soon as he sees someone emerge that's not a space zombie.
Great.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it's their turn. So this Bokor is going to run. It's going to probably have to take. Okay. Yeah, it finishes and crosses through the door, and you see it. It is a decayed corpse. It's walking. Its eyes are pitch black, just as black as space darkness. Yeah. And space as space darkness can be, and it's going to make a jump at Soul. It leaps towards you, mouth open and agape, dripping this kind of black viscous saliva. And it's going to make a bite attack, which is a melee combat. What's your armor?
It's whatever the exosuit is. I don't have it.
2. Mm-hmm. So roll, how many d6 is that? Just 2 d6, right? How it works?
Roll
against it.
Yeah. So if you have 2 armor, roll.
I just have the exosuit. So.
Yep, so
and
roll,
if there's
roll
a 6,
it negates 1 point of damage.
It negates 1 point, but it doesn't. Yeah. So that is a critical success. So you will take crit damage.
Nope, so crit is 1 damage, and the crit number is how many dice more than a success you need to roll to do critical, like, you lost an arm damage.
So I need 3.
You would have needed to roll a 4, so it's 1 plus the number.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay, so I was almost there. Okay, well, you only take 1 damage.
Damn,
I was almost there. You watch as this thing bites into your exosuit.
I take 1 point of damage, or
And you take 1 point of damage as it latches into your arm through the exosuit.
fuck. I'm just like yelling, and yeah, I'll wait my turn.
Okay, great. We'll just kind of loop. We need to probably roll a proper initiative now.
Should we, you want to just do that?
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Well, I was kind of like, I guess you could call it a free action or a free turn. Yeah. Roll 1 die each, so just 1d6, gang, for your initiative. Whoever gets the highest is the order that we go in. I'm just gonna roll 1 for all of the big bads. Eris, you and I need to. Oh, you and I need to roll off. Okay,
Damn
so
it.
it'll be the book card first. Okay, so for just the 1d6, first up, it looks to be Tamir. Tamir, you will be able to make it to the elevator this round and get it on board, just so that you know, moving into this, if that's what you would like to do.
Yeah.
Then it will be Saul, followed by the Bulkor, followed by Tal and Malik. Okay. I have it down, so I know what's happening now. Okay. Tamir, you're up.
Tamir is just huffing and puffing and running, just pushing as much as he can to get the metal onto the elevator.
Okay. I would say that's pretty much just your movement action. So go ahead. Sprinting a short distance, typically 10 meters. Yeah, so that's actually a fast action. You would have room to do a normal action if you wanted to take anything extra, or you could just assure safety in and take some kind of defensive stance.
Yeah, I think if I could take like a defensive stance more to like prepare the elevator for like as soon as they come on, like I have the my foot is literally just stopping the elevator from fully closing or something like that for that one.
Yeah, you're holding the open button basically so it doesn't close on them, but you get it on board. So let's just, I am going to have you roll that force one more time to push it over, but it doesn't, all you need is 1. Perfect. Yeah, you get it in there. It's kind of hard, but you slide it in as you hear Sewell let out a yell as this thing latches into his arm.
Okay, and I'll like turn around so that Malik can now actually see what is going on.
Yeah.
out there.
Sewell, it is your turn.
I am going to take my Mercury Dagger.
Yep.
And I'm going to go.
Okay. Make an attack.
Just,
Okay.
Do you make those? Does Soul make those noises?
Bam.
Yeah, he does. He goes like,
It's the best fucking assassin in the goddamn universe.
All right, go ahead. That hits for sure. And how much damage does your dagger do?
3.
Okay, you reach in your back and pull this out and slam it into the skull of this dead man who was very much a miner. You could tell by the coveralls he wears, and it goes limp and its jaws release off of your arm, which is really good that it did not stay there for another turn. And it goes limp and falls to your feet as you remove the mercury dagger and now leaving a completely cauterized hole through its skull.
Does it look dead?
It is dead. But you hear 2 more doors go.
Then, so that was I think it, oh fuck. Okay, attacking at close range was a normal action. We get 3 points, right?
Correct. So you would be able to take a fast action or a free action.
I would like to go use my fast action to go into Overwatch.
Okay.
And as soon as I see another one of these space zombies, I want to go pew pew.
Yep, you'll get that attack. Okay, great. Well, you hear, like, you find maybe a crate or some of these coffin boxes and take point when you see 2 more doors slide open. You're going to assume that more of these are headed your way. Nice Overwatch.
I played XCon. I know I'm.
In fact, actually, a door nearby, off on your left, slides open, and another creature you hear like it steps out. This time it's a woman.
Fuck. Okay.
Does Overwatch give you an automatic turn? It doesn't. It just means you get bonuses when you take your turn.
I'm gonna be real. I have no idea.
I have to double check that. Hang on. I do want to double check that because I want to make sure I give you a bonus if you get it, because I think you do. Defending, grappling, ranged combat, taking aim. Where are you, Overwatch? Overwatch fire. As a fast action, you can assume an Overwatch position aimed at a specific direction. Your aim covers 90 degrees fire arc with your line of sight. You cannot assume an Overwatch position when engaged in melee combat. Well, you're not engaged in that anymore.
Okay.
Overwatch means that you are ready to fire your weapon in the direction of your aim anytime during the coming turn. During this time, you can fire a normal shot whenever you want to before any other actions are performed. Yeah, so you can take a shot as soon as it steps through.
Okay, cool.
So take another shot for me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like preparing an action almost. Yeah, nice. It hits. You fire one off, and it screams out as it steps through, very much not expecting that.
How many shots was that? That was one.
Was that 2?
That was 2 shots, right?
Or 2 damage, right?
2 damages, yeah.
2 damage, yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure I got the... Whoa. Oh, that was a radiation button. Reset that. That's not what I wanted.
The Vulcan pistol has how many shots in the chamber?
That I don't know.
I'll look it up.
The third one steps out. Tal, you see this one now as it kind of darts its eyes over to you. And it steps out and will run and make an attack on you. Yes, it's going to try. Melee combat. Critical success, man. I'm killing it tonight. But I didn't get over, so good for you. 3 1s and 3 6s, everybody. I just want you to look at that die pool.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
So there are numbers in between, so you know.
There are numbers in between.
One. There's one number.
Yeah. This thing leaps at you, and again, it bites into your back. Its teeth latch into your suit, and you'll take a point of damage as it bites into you. Hit points. That's all their turn. Tal.
Great. Did I do that right? Gotta mark the thing or just...
Yeah, mark the... I use little check boxes, I think that's how I've been doing it. Like, it'll tell you how many you have total, 7 at the top or 8 or whatever you're... And then you have that many you can mark off before you start taking critical injuries.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or until I give you a critical injury for,
Great. My turn. I'm going to try to shoot it.
Okay, this will be close range, so you're basically bringing the pistol up because it's on your back. It's like biting you.
Yeah.
So attacking in close combat or firing normal shots. So that's a normal action. You'd still get a fast action.
Okay, and what is that?
And that would be
ranged combat.
It would be ranged combat.
Melee.
But isn't there like a negative? You take a negative for being close, I feel like. What is that? Because is the Vulcan pistol considered close range? In combat, the distance between you and your enemy is divided into 4 categories. That's not helpful.
I was actually trying to find the weapons because I don't have the Vulcan pistol
okay.
on my thing. The only one I have on my thing is the accelerator pistol.
That's okay. You just need to hit the ranged combat button.
Well, I was actually looking the whole time to see which one actually was more effective.
Oh, I see.
Because that would make a difference in what I'm using.
The Vulcan cricket gives you a +1 to hit, but since you're at less than short range, it's a -1, so it's just straight up rolling the range.
Just a straight up roll. So it's actually probably the best thing that you'll be able to use at this point, unless you have
I have a +1 accelerator pistol, which is why...
So it's the same? So
it'd be the same.
With the close range, it would still be a -1.
Still take a -1. So it's just a flat range combat roll with no bonuses.
Gotcha. Fail.
You try to fire and it does have to let go of the bite to like dodge your... So the good news is it's not like latched into you anymore, but you don't hit it. You fire over your shoulder and it does let go of the bite at least, which is good because you do not want it biting you. Malik, you see all of this going down through a very small visor frame.
Can I try to move into the elevator at all?
Actually, I think you can take...
Because you said that was a fast action, which is 1.
Yeah, you can sprint a short
3.
distance. Yeah, sprint a short distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and take your fast action to sprint a short distance over to...
So that means I get 3 then.
No, you took a normal action to fire the shot. That's 2.
Yep. Okay. Sorry.
And then 1
Yeah.
for the fast action to sprint.
Yeah, I'm going to sprint into the elevator as well, still holding it open, but gonna get ready to fire again.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead and guns out as you're standing in the elevator with Tamir.
With the combination of the Defiant and the mining station, can I search the computer databases and find out what the hell these things are?
You can sure try. You can make a data gen roll and see if you can tap into to pull files on what what these might be.
2 successes.
The weird thing is they look human.
Yeah.
Which is what's really bizarre. But after, it's difficult to say because anybody that's ever come in contact with these creatures doesn't usually survive, or nobody believes them. As silly as that sounds, cool. What you do know is there are tales, and I would think maybe since you grew up in the slums and poor neighborhoods, you would know of these. Disease and death are part of everyday life, but there are always tales that the dead get up and walk. They're called Bokor. They usually arise from mass graves or battlefields is really where they're most frequented. The mystics and spiritual people will tell you it's because the darkness has moved into this place. The darkness is what raises them from the dead. There was a series, and really what pings your interest in this is you find an article, like an old article that was written by the Bulletin about a series of riots that happened in the conglomerate, and preachers claimed to have seen the dead rise from this battlefield. The Homogeny responded and said that it was completely propaganda and that it was all lies. But there's always whispers that if you go far enough out or if you've seen enough dead bodies in one place that some of them will get up and rise.
Cool. Okay.
This looks like a mass grave.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. That's what he does with his turn.
Great. You all this comes up and you're like skimming, reading as fast as you can. You think that you have somewhat realized. The scarier part of this is that and I'll give you this, that some of the tales say that the Bokor, when they bite you, can poison you and put you into a sleep paralysis.
Okay, then I think there's like that same kind of scene again, where like he's like scrolling through all these things, right? And then he gets up and there's the spinning chair, and he runs down to the med bay and preps the med bay because he watched the vitals dip on both Sewell and Tal
as they got bit. Yeah.
And then as soon as he preps the med bay, I think that'll probably be his turn, right? That's all of his actions.
Cool. This is gonna be fun. You know what? I got all these darkness points. We'll just go ahead. 2 people were bit, right? I'm just gonna use these 2 darkness points to scratch those off right there. You know, medbay's prepped. It's gonna be fine. I still have 6 darkness points. I want all of you at home to know, and I haven't even gotten to the corruption bar yet.
I know it is still the corruption. I was hoping that the drone going blank was the corruption.
Yeah, me too.
Please.
I know.
Please. If I wanted to corrupt that drone, what I would have done is had it destroyed, but I'm a good guy.
I knew you wouldn't destroy our pet.
Yeah,
Pets
basically,
are
you don't.
off fucking limits. Like,
My gizmo.
yeah.
Doc,
Right.
someone drew fan art. You can't kill it. That's how
I
it
can't
works.
kill anything through fan art. See,
Yeah.
here's the thing: I can, but I'm a good person. And
Draw
I'm
art,
really
draw art
jacked
of
up
us
on
so we can't
NyQuil
get
and
killed.
cough syrup right now. So I could care less about your drone or these before. Really, how this turns out, I just can't wait to get to the end because there's a little nuggie that's gonna just. Tamir, it's your turn. You're on the elevator. You see Sewell now is about to be overrun by 2. There's the one that Tal left behind and another one that has stepped into the space.
Great, perfect. Tal, you okay? Kind of. You live for now?
Yeah, that fucking hurt.
Okay, hold the door. I'm gonna
torn her suit.
shit. Like,
Can you fix it real quick? It's
It's bitten through her suit.
so it's an immediate. It needs to be patched right now.
I mean, there is some oxygen still left in here, and the suit's still functioning. It's just like a leak. So you can take the risk.
It's when we go outside.
Yeah. I'm just trying to read combat actions. So we have 3 points.
I would say that you could probably take, if you wanted to, your entire turn to patch this if you feel like you have something relevant for patching.
The sheets
even
of
have-
metal.
We
Sheets
did
of metal.
have our toolkits on us.
You
I didn't bring the. Oh, I left the toolkit there because it's heavy as fuck.
And what
Tal would have had her toolkit on her.
Tal has her
Tal,
toolkit.
Tal would not leave the
Yeah, that
toolkit if
doesn't
she
make
is
sense.
outside
And it
of
might
her
have been
ship.
too, you could have put it on that floating
Yeah.
part
Okay.
that came
Okay.
with you.
I don't think
Cool,
the
cool, cool.
toolkit
We
would
have
fix-
our toolkits. We're not leaving them.
Would the toolkit fix the fabric of the suit, though?
I'll weld something. It's fine. We're good. I'll space
You
so.
can weld on my shoulder.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It's gonna end
just-
beautifully.
So can I'm gonna try to push some actions here out of this because my original thought was Tal's here. We need to get Soul here. There's more coming towards Soul. Is there some type of gas canister nearby, like a portable oxygen tank, a fire extinguisher of some sort, stuff like
It
that?
would definitely be something that would extinguish fire because this is literally like the core of a massive radioactive mining colony. So like there would be something like that, like a fire extinguisher, the space version of it, which usually is just venting the area. But yeah, there would be something. I wouldn't say there would be gas.
Okay, no, like oxygen, no spare like oxygen tanks or anything.
Maybe an oxygen tank or two. That seems reasonable.
Okay,
like
cool.
almost like an emergency wall that would have like a hazmat and
Mhm.
some other things. Yeah.
Cool. So if maybe I can, I would like to just like toss one of those towards Soul. Just towards
Okay.
him.
It rolls.
Yep. And hopefully he can figure out what the fuck to do with an oxygen tank and a gun. And go ahead and start patching up Tal's suit.
Okay, I'm gonna make this a.
Do you want science? Do you want tech?
This is technology because this is the suit is tech based.
Mm,
I'll do tech.
okay.
Okay.
Balls.
It's you don't have what you need here to patch her suit. If you hurry, you might be able to get her. I mean, she's not going to die immediately. It's not like
Right.
she's got like doesn't have her helmet. So yeah, but no, it's not successful.
Okay.
It is not successful. Not this time. So there are two of
Moving
them
around
running
far too
at you.
much.
What about the one that bit Tal?
The one that bit Tal is going to probably run at her. It's got its back to you. It's going to run at the two of them in the elevator.
Okay, so let me picture this. We're in a room.
A circular room.
There are two zombies coming from one side. There's a gas canister by my foot. And then there is a zombie that's
Behind you that's going to run away from you.
okay. I'm trying to think what Soul would do.
Come to
Would
the
I have
freaking
seen-
elevator.
Yeah, you don't have to kill him. You can just get on the elevator.
Would I,
The elevator is right there. Let's go. Look, we need to leave now.
would I have seen the zombie bite Tal in that short period of time?
Probably not, because you were dealing with your own bite.
Yeah, okay. Then I would. Am I able to pick up the can,
Yep, you can bend over and pick it up.
throw it, shoot it, and no, actually, no, that's too much. Fuck it. No, I'm gonna look at the can and be like,
You can also leave it and put distance.
Yeah,
Like go if you put some distance between you and it, you can still shoot it.
yeah, I think that's I'm gonna just run towards the elevator.
Okay, you're gonna have to run past one of these creatures
One of these creatures.
because it's running at Tao, who has already run into the elevator. It's chasing her, so you would run past it.
Okay. Does that do anything? Is there like attack of opportunity or something for it? when
You
I-
can just make an attack. You're gonna run past it, or you can just say fuck it and get on the elevator and hit the go button.
Yeah, I would like to. Okay, can I use my skill thingy where it's an auto crit?
Yeah.
And how does that work? Can I do I decide where I crit it or something?
You say you use your auto crit to crit on the attack if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I want to do that.
What is the critical damage on the Vulcan pistol?
I would probably use my mercury knife as I'm running past
Oh,
him.
great. Yeah, to just like slice. What's the damage, the critical damage on the mercury
So
knife?
the critical damage, the way it works, so it deals 2 damage, your normal damage, and
My
then
normal damage is 3.
and then so it deals your normal damage, and then I
Yeah.
need you to roll me 2d6s.
Right.
A 61. Hold on here. 61 is a destroyed arm. It is fatal. It will die in. Roll me 1d6. Unless treated, it will die in 3 minutes.
You run past and slice its arm off. It's reaching for Tao, and you just like cauterize its arm off. It turns to grab you, but it has no arm, and spins, and you make it into the elevator. Yes. So, Tamir, you're in charge of buttons.
That hurts so
That's
much.
That's the most perfect description of Tamir's life.
You're in charge of buttons.
But like, Mike, you even know it's just like my role as a gnome. Fuck
Thomas
buttons.
in charge of buttons.
Yeah, let's go ahead. What do you want me to roll to push a fucking button?
I don't. I just want you to know that you're in charge of the buttons because the two-bolt car, they turn and are going to dive for the one of them is close enough to make it. He dives. The one with the lost arm dives for the elevator.
Gnome, if you could roll to use your scribe pad real quick.
Oh yeah. Beep boop beep beep.
Oh damn! It reaches the elevator. This one that lost its arm that Sul chopped off, and it's like reaching. But I imagine all of you are on the back side of this like freighter piece, and then you're using it kind of as a barrier, and it's like and it's like reaching for you. Half of its body is inside of the elevator.
Do the elevator doors like close on it?
Only when the button is pushed, and it's Tal's turn.
I pressed the freaking button.
You press the button and it's shut.
If this fucking episode is not called buttons, I'm gonna be
pressing
pissed.
the button?
Well, because it wasn't your turn to press the button.
Whose turn is it?
It was the Bokor's turn, and it took its turn to cross
And
to
then
you,
and then
it
turn.
was Tal's turn, and she used it to press the button.
Okay.
And
There
so
is
it
logic to this button pressing.
shut, and basically chops this thing in half as it
God.
begins moving. You watch as the body slides to the bottom, and it leaves about the lungs and the chest bone up, and it's like it's still partially alive at your feet. It's like
Can I
juddering
shoot
about.
it?
Can I take the pickaxe? Yeah.
You
I
can
just-
totally shoot it. It's Tal's turn. Yeah, go ahead.
I just imagine all 3 of us puking.
You just
Wait,
hear
hold
Saul
on.
yell,
This is supposed to be a plus. Wait, hold on. This is
Yeah, you're
supposed
supposed to have a +1. So make sure you roll range combat with a +1.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just running.
Roll it again.
Darn
Okay,
it,
I didn't
know.
know. That's a fail. Malik,
Dude.
you hear them panicking on an elevator.
I mean, you see us panicking on an elevator.
I assume what I see is the drone and arms flailing, and then Tamir like moving his head around like he's having a seizure. I'm like, what's happening? Talk to me. Say words. What are you doing? Are you safe?
It's your turn, isn't it, Malik? Malik, you see this panic happening as you're listening to them on the comms, and it's like the sound is peaking, and they're trying to fire blaster shots in this thing, and you hear on the vessel a knock knock and a small voice that says, "Can you help me?
Nope.
Help me!
Nope. No.
Please help
Nope.
me!"
Malik runs back to the cockpit from the med bay, and then he has. I think we have the Mason cannon is still pointed at the colony, and then the auto turrets and point at whatever this thing is that's knocking on the ship.
And the camera pans and you see it. There's a child of this mining colony. He wears like ragged clothing. He's covered in blood. You can see where his feet have come out of the the tunnel, and he's like run up and he's like banging on your ship. Let me in, please help me. He's a little boy.
I know you guys are dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with, but there's a small child out here. It seems to be talking and alive.
Didn't you say we couldn't?
Is anybody there? Did they send help?
Fuck.
Malik, if he's reading as a life form, let him in. Nothing else is reading as a life form.
We're all screaming on an elevator trying to kill a thing right now. We are not paying
can't.
attention.
Tamir, it's your turn. What do you do?
I really can't make out what you're saying. It sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna let it in.
Get the fuck off my feet!
I close the door that separates the cockpit from everything else, and then I open the door that this thing is banging at, and then immediately close it. Like
a big kid. This little kid. He's got these big eyes, and he's kind of covered in this like red dust because he works here, and he literally just runs in and throws his arms around you. And
no. I closed the cockpit door. Nothing is coming in here. Get fucked. Space zombies.
You open it for him?
No, so I closed the cockpit door and I opened the ship halfway so he can climb over and then close the ship.
Oh, okay.
So this kid is seperate from me. No space zombies are getting me in here.
Oh God, Malik, you're such a paranoid shithead.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
There's a space colony full of zombies, Dot. I'm paranoid. There's literally zombies eating the rest of my crew.
It has. This kid goes, hello?
You're fine. Just stay out there.
Hey, there's somebody here. Thank you.
You know,
and the kid just like collapses into tears. And the camera cuts to Tamir.
I think everybody is just screaming like a chicken with their head cut off right now. Tamir's trying to fix Tal's suit because they're gonna hit atmosphere very soon.
Okay.
So you can all shoot and stomp and kick.
Well, Sewell also has a tear in his suit.
Well, who's more important?
I wouldn't.
Great.
Honestly, no. Honestly, I don't think Soul would like even notice it. Like his suit thing.
Soul doesn't have to notice.
Yet.
Yeah.
I just want to say, last episode we had Paul go, we have to save Tamir, and Tal, I guess too. And then
at this
now,
point, I just give up.
And
it's
now,
fine.
Now Gnome is like, we have to save Tal. Fuck him.
Yeah, it's fine. And the next episode,
Tamir only has two hands.
Like,
right, so Tamir is gonna fix the suit. So I need another technology roll from Tamir.
All right, let's go. Pray to the icons.
Nicely done. This time around, you are able to like pinch it, tug it, and patch it. You're able to seal it off. Sewell, it is your turn. This half of this creature is still alive. It just needs one more successful hit.
I'm gonna fucking stab it in the face.
Stab it. Do it.
Melee. So my knife has a +1. Do I add +1?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how the whole this shit works.
Hey, me too. Don't worry about it.
Okay, didn't add the +1, so roll.
Just roll a d6. Nope. Wow. It's literally, and it's like underneath this floating pallet with all these metal pieces on it, and you can't get to it. It's just an elevator. And you guys are basically playing Ring Around the Rosie with this thing in the middle, and you can't stab it. It's underneath it. But it is reaching for you, and it does reach for Soul's leg.
Son of a bitch.
With the one good arm it has. It fails. My first fail of the night. It does not get you. It's also panicking and dying and bleeding out everywhere. Tal.
Shoot it! Yeah, shoot it.
Shoot it. Do it. Range combat.
There it is. No! Why?
Another blaster goes off, poking a hole in the bottom of this metal lift.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you add your bonus?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Malik.
This is the bane of our existence right now.
This is fucking zombie.
This is the door in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, right? It's a gazebo. So now that Tamir is standing still and not running around inside an elevator, and I can kind of see through his face, I look at hit it with a space cart.
This comes over your intercom as
And
well.
then I just let go of the button. Like there's definitely I hold the intercom for like a while, so you hear it, and then me breathing, and then I let go.
I sometimes
And then
wonder
that's
if
it.
we were not
Then I
born
sit,
of the same flock.
I sit back and I wait.
Samir, it's your turn.
I will go ahead and just use the cart to roll over the half body.
I don't even know how to
Facing it
read
from
this.
me.
This is technically melee combat using carts.
We're in a small elevator.
And actually, it has no wheels. You know that, right? It's hovering. So all
Oh,
you're
shit,
going to do
that's right.
is take the hover off and it drops down on
Yeah,
it, is what you're
yeah.
going to do. And then it'll,
Perfect.
it's going to smash it, is what it's going to do. Go ahead and make, this is just,
Do I have to?
I don't think that you
It's
have
holding
to.
like a ton of metal.
I don't think that you have to. I'm going to be
I'm
a nice
just gonna
dot.
move it over and just, again, push a goddamn button.
Yeah, you push a button and the whole thing goes.
If there's no fucking fan art about
The whole lift. Well, first off, it turns the inside of this into, it's like smashing mashed potatoes. The inside of this goes and it squirts everywhere.
Can we talk about?
We're gonna smell really bad
Can
when
we
we get
talk
back
about
to the
how
ship.
there are 3 people in like a 6x6 room, like bow, 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 ga, ga, bow, 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 ga, ga, dink. Oh,
This
It-
episode.
I'm the button master.
There's
So
blood
much.
everywhere. The thing goes dead for sure. The bed, well, this is a lot of weight, isn't it? And you just dropped it on an elevator that was going up.
Oh fuck.
No, but it's already in the elevator.
That's true.
The elevator still has to account for the mass that's within inside. There's
You're right.
pressure.
You're
That
right.
is,
Look at
You're right. I'm just
You
thinking,
are
like,
so lucky.
if a
You are
big
so
man
lucky.
jumps in an
Physics.
elevator and lands in that elevator, he's being accounted for, but the whole thing still judders. But
Yeah.
Yes, no, yeah, because the
it's
force
gonna,
is
there's gonna be
shifted.
it's gonna be a shift.
Yeah, we might hear that little groan
Yeah.
from the motors.
And,
like,
and it does it. It almost halts as it hits and then starts back up. And it only takes about 5 more seconds before you reach where you need to go and the doors bing, open. You
How
are in the
many are out there?
gangway. There are none. There are no more out here. There are no more out here. You have reached the top. And you kind of come around the corner and push out into the clear gangway that goes straight back down to your ship. You have enough parts, you think, to fix the problem. We are out of combat, so I'm going to get rid of that piece of paper. And as you board the vessel, you're going to have to do it from the back side, of course, because that's
Does my
where the loading
exposed-
dock is.
Does my exposed arm?
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh, okay.
You're getting there. You do notice you start getting vital sign readings, Sewell, in your suit that says that you have an air leak. It's very clear that your oxygen is it's dropping very rapidly. But this is the fun part. 2 people were bit.
Throw us on the cart.
So I'm going to, you basically go to load this up, you go push it up into the loading dock of the vessel. At the far end, you see a small child standing in the doorway. He stares at you big-eyed as you roll up on this. And
Malik?
and
What?
Stool.
The fuck?
I told you there was a small child, and you all said let it in, so I let it in.
Oh, yeah, we did.
This is all on you.
Hey, kid, are you okay? Do you need some water or anything?
Stay
it
right
seems
there.
a little-
Don't move any closer.
It's traumatized. It can't move. This child is completely
Okay.
traumatized. But it doesn't matter because Tal and Sewell, both of you have been bitten, and I'm gonna use a darkness point to have both those bites have poison in them.
And our
Great.
arm explodes.
Both of you begin to get a little drowsy. Like as you step on the ship, you're like, oh, it's been about
kid, just sit
2 or 3
over
minutes.
there. Just
What the fuck's that
No,
kid
we'll-
doing?
we'll
on
we'll get to you.
The med
and
bay
Tal
has
and
been prepped.
Sewell pass out.
Malik, I need you here right now. I'm gonna. We're in the ship, right? We're now in the ship.
okay, I'm taking off my exo hat.
Yeah, it looks like
And,
Tal and Sewell have both gone into like a deep slumber.
Yeah, immediately Tamir will go to Tal, take off her helmet as well, and have Sally run like a vitals check.
Malik, you would be able to see their vitals from their, like the suits are feeding back to the ship. You can see that they both have been poisoned and it's actively racing through their veins. They're in some kind of sleep coma. And if this is not dealt with pretty quickly, more than likely they too will die and rise as a Bokor.
Dope. Cool. There's too many things to deal with at one time.
Yep.
And so I'm going to eliminate them as I see fit. I open
That's
the
good.
door.
You'll have to eliminate them next week, though.
No, son of a bitch.
No!
What a shitty ending, Dot. No, that's not fair. I don't want that ending.
We are out of time. We did it. We're at our 2 hours. We will pick up next week with what happens to Tal and Sewell.
I hate you so much.
I know you do.
really. Oh god, I'm gonna have to create another character, aren't I?
I hate this.
Hopefully not.
You.
Somebody's just gonna have to make a metacurgy check. It's fine.
Yeah, neither of us have metacurgy.
Literally none of us have it.
None of us
It's
have
an
it.
advanced
We're going
skill.
to give you a lot of
It doesn't
darkness.
matter if we have it because we're fucking knocked out.
I would say Tamir would know that Tal does have a couple things.
You have options for saving people.
Yeah, I've got a.
Oh, but I wonder. The question is, who are you gonna save?
Well, I have a med kit,
Definitely
so that's a
not
plus
me.
2.
You can't roll metacurgy if you don't have the skill.
You don't have it, yeah.
But I have a med kit.
Doesn't help you. You don't know how to use
I
it.
have trauma doses and M doses.
Trauma doses and M doses will work. A trauma lab can stop this.
Cool.
Well,
So-
Cool.
Tamir would know that, and I actually
yes.
have one on me because I brought one out there.
You big brain.
Look at the big brain on Tal.
Tal's a lot smarter than she lets on.
Well, we know
she's smart.
right? Well,
Yeah,
we
there's
know
nothing-
what
there's
happened to
believe
the.
it.
It makes us think you're not smart. What do you mean?
Well, now we know what happened to the mining colony.
They
It
got
was attacked by the white butterfly, and the darkness took over and rose a bunch of Bokor.
Dot.
Oh, by the way, I played a card tonight.
Thank you. I was gonna say, chat wants to know what you played.
So the child was
Yeah,
a
that's gotta
decision
be
that I
fun.
made based on the corruption bar. I'm just going to drop that out there. Mike, I need you to draw a new card.
Of course you do.
a child from the corruption bar, and we let him in.
Draw one new card. Everyone, what did I get? I got
Death.
Fucked.
an artifact.
Oh. Oh.
Interesting.
Can you zoom in on these? How
Here
do
you
you?
go, Dot.
I have a feeling we already have an artifact.
Hang on. Stop moving them. I want to take that one.
Well,
Keep away, keep away, keep away.
while Dot loses her mind,
Stop moving the guys.
this
Every time I
has
reached for
been-
one, it would like move across the screen, and I was chasing
We were
it.
all trying to open it, make it bigger.
Let's see. Okay, so currently, I won't tell you what card was played, but
I mean, I know what card was played.
right there's the artifact.
I
I
don't
don't
remember
know if
the
I can show it with you. So I don't know if they can see that, or if you guys can see the artifact card or not.
No.
But yes, okay, artifact. Great.
Cool. Everyone, this has been episode 7, I think, of The Void. We're in the shit now, I guess, and we got a child. So that's bad. It can only be bad.
That's exactly what this crew needs. A kid.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Whose bright idea was to put a kid on this ship?
I have
All of
no
yours.
idea.
This is what happens when you fill up the correction bar. You give us children.
Yeah. The worst horror.
No, that is space horror. You're right.
That is space
Where
horror.
are your icons
Wow.
now?
Existential dread. A child.
Oh my
Tal
god.
already has 3 kids.
Great. So this has been episode 7 of The Void. If you guys liked what you saw here, please go check us out on Patreon, all that fun stuff. Let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here so that you guys can do more things on the internet. We'll start with Gnome. Who are you? What are you up to? And, what are you doing besides pushing buttons?
Yeah. Well, honestly, nothing. I really just push buttons in every fucking. that I play in. So I'm really good at that. My name is Nobi. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and I do all sorts of crazy stuff on the interwebs, like this awesome show, which is about space. And I was in a space game on Wednesday, but that ended, and I'm really kind of sad about it. But I do have a Coriolis podcast that's going to be coming out called We Never Left. And oh yeah, I guess that guy's kind of in it. I don't know where you are in. You're down. You're below me.
I'm in it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in it. Super stoked for that. What else do I do? I'm on the Rise of the Demigods podcast, which we made a fucking big ass reference to here because of buttons. If you want to know where the button shit comes from, I don't know. Just fucking cry with me and listen to that fucking shenanigans over there. I don't know. I think I'm in some other stuff. You just hit me up on Twitter. I love you. Bye.
Hell yeah. Speaking of the other space game that Gnome was just in, Dot, we're switching it up. Dot, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Dot, right now I am going to successfully beat this cold. That's what I'm doing right now.
Hell yeah, you are. I sent you all my successes for tonight.
Yes, thank you. I needed them. I really did. My NyQuil kicked in about an hour ago. So I hope it was cozy.
It was beautiful, Dot. You
Great,
were great.
perfect.
You weren't quite at the point where we were going to spam you with D's.
That's good. That's
But
what
you look tired.
I told them in before.
Keyword was, hey, if I get a little loopy, drop some D's in chat. I just want you guys to, you know.
That
I
was
did
her
tell
safe
them, I was
word.
like, no, my safe word was drop some D's in the private chat because, you know, when you get hyped up on NyQuil and cough medicine, there's no telling what's coming out of his mouth. So
I mean, that's just always.
That's pretty true.
A child,
It's true.
apparently.
It's a child. Well, again, thank the corruption bar for that. I'm Dot. You can find me online as Little Red Dot on Twitch, Twitter, your social media of choice. Right now, we have closed out our other space game, but we launch a brand new Vikings campaign on my channel starting next Tuesday. Eris is going to be a part of that. I'm sure she'll tell you all about it. I'm very excited. It's called Heim. Using Worth the epilogues. It's going to be a really freaking cool all-women's Viking game. It's going to be pretty stellar for the next few weeks. You, of course, can catch me on Saturdays over on Roll for Vampire the Masquerade. And on Wednesdays, we drop our podcast North by Northwest, which I'm currently the GM of. We're doing the current volumes of like a horror psychedelic surrealist painting is the world that I've created. So if you need a little surrealist horror, it's where my brain lives at all points.
I was going to say, it sounds like the inside of your house.
It is just like the inside of my house.
That's
Perfect.
true.
Eris was brave enough to come stay with me.
I'm going again, too. I'm going back.
Mistakes were made. So speaking of Eris
No mistakes.
and Viking games called Heim, Eris, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Hey, I'm Eris Savad. I play a lot of games. On tomorrow, you can find me on Savrik's channel, twitch.tv/Savrik. We are playing at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Echoes in the Ether, which is another very dark, mind-fucky game, and I absolutely love it. On Sunday, you can find me on twitch.tv/OpenForAdventure, where we're playing Sunday Friends at 4 p.m. Eastern time. 4 p.m. Eastern time. I know my schedule. I think it's wrong. Anyways, that's a much different game, but it's still a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. And then on Tuesday, you can catch me on the premiere of Heim on Little Red Dot's channel at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Eastern. And I know my schedule. And I make a bunch of stuff too. You can find that at erisavad.com, and you can find all the shit I do on Twitter at eris_Savad.
Hell yeah!
I remembered that one finally.
Perfect. That's the most important one.
I mean, that's just where everything goes. All the shit posts.
And and last but definitely 100% not least, Paul, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Paul, and I am the local punching bag, the scapegoat.
I have to say, for the record, nobody else got a hit off tonight
It's true.
on Bokor but you.
That you have always hit.
Always.
You are succeeding in what your build is.
It's true.
So
We need
can't
you to
complain.
do
So
that.
when
I don't have a
Soul does
weapon.
things outside of his wheelhouse is when he gets in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. Anything
But Soul
else
can
outside.
always hit.
Soul
Yeah.
can always hit.
At least I can always shoot that, Anywho, hi, I'm Soul. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, everywhere as in1123. I don't have anything coming up yet other than this amazing game. However, soon I have a couple projects in the works. Super hyped about those. I will make them work, so keep an eye out on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to know what those are. I don't know these things.
I am more than happy to share with it afterwards.
Okay, good.
I will say this to the remaining people here in Chatland and to those of you that will watch the VODs. Since we are on week 7, we are officially halfway through this season. Coriolis, in some capacity, is coming back in season 2 of 2020. That being said, we are out of here for the night. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for filling that bar. And thank you for all the subs, the donations, all that fun stuff. We will see you all next week. And from all of us to you, bye-bye.